we're jumping into the land of Dawn to see the decider of this game. 1-1. It's time for both of these teams to step up and perform because their technically lives, playoff lives are on the line, 7th and 8th place.
And remember, both of these teams still sitting at a 17% match rate as well. So we're going to see who is going to come out on top and finally break that. Who will be taking that 7th place and who will be able to crawl their way in an easier position into that playoff position. But it seems like now we have a little bit of a technical pause. And before we get into that particular game, the decider game here between GEEK Fam as well as BIGETRON, we do have a bit of time to come back and talk about the draft. Because for game number 1 and game number 2, all three of us has emphasized on how important that drafting phase was and how it impacted the game. So in this game, what do you guys think?
I was about to mention that, talking about the playoff lives, right? Keep in mind, it's still only week number 4. It feels like everything is already hanging in the balance. As far as bans go though, the drafting goes, I think I would favor BIGETRON more because they have a lot more flexibility in the situation, and I think it really amends their playstyle, right? They like going for rotations, they have the Boxia, they have the Selena, so a lot more mobility that they can abuse.
We'll see, right? Again, with this composition, for both of these teams, it's very pick style for the side of GEEK Fam. Meanwhile, for BTR, it's kind of, it's a very good mix. But the thing is, both of these compositions can really, once they snowball, once someone gets rolling, it's very hard to stop them. Yeah, if the Natalia gets ahead, the Bruno gets ahead, it's going to be very tough for BTR. But same thing, if Key gets ahead with the Selena and the Brody gets ahead with everyone, this is a very snowbally composition. All 10 members in this team will have a chance to snowball.
Well, if that's the main point of contention, then for the side of BIGETRON, surely the fact that they have a Selena hints that they can actually make a lot more plays. Although, again, with the Cho on the side of GEEK Fam, you never really know, right? There's also the fact that Beloyski is on his signature hero, the Natalia. It was first pick, right? So you gotta expect some level of confidence coming in from GEEK Fam because otherwise, there's no way they'll pick it at, as a first pick, right? Maybe second, maybe third, but first pick?
But on that note, Arashi as well as Mirko, if they're hitching their bets on Natalia doing those pickoffs, we know how the Natalia functions. She likes to play in those bushes, looks for those picks, deals that initial damage, and wait for the response from the other members. But BIGETRON have picked up someone like the Selena, who can put in those abyssal traps on the very core areas and actually open up the map and give them more vision to prevent any playmaking from the Natalia.
Head and Shoulders player head-to-head though, right? Speaking of the playmaking of Natalia, I do want to talk about the playmaking of both of the gold laners because in both games, well, technically in both games, the closer of the game has been through the gold lane, right? Once you have that gold lane going, damage is just unreal. Chadera and Marky Arashi, what do you think of these two players?
I think that Marky has not had a lot of opportunities to show off his skills. There's a lot of talk about how good he is, and he showed a bit of that when he had that V-Trix in game number 2, right? Oh, in game number 1, sorry. So I think he just hasn't had enough, air time essentially. For Kadera though, he has shown that he has performed really, really well, considering the fact that he isn't exactly a well-known name before he actually shows up out of nowhere in GEEK Fam. So praiseworthy performance for sure. I think Marky has a bit more of a calculated playstyle, and Kadera is a lot more aggressive. So if it's true what you're saying, that both teams, it's all about snowballing and who gets the momentum, I think Kadera will have a slight edge in that killer instinct.
Oh, very interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think I kind of agree with that. Chadera, definitely with a killer instinct, he has been the more aggressive gold laner. For Marky in the PH, well, in Onyx PH back in the day, he's always this efficient gold laner, right? He doesn't really make those crazy flashy plays, but he's always there to back the team up and obviously to follow up with the engages that are left open by his team. But again, ladies and gentlemen, we're jumping straight in to the Land of Dawn for game number 3, resuming after that pause.
It does seem like the Bruno has no problem with that wave clear against the Brody though, so that's actually something that BIGETRON Alpha can utilize to their advantage, seeing the positioning happening as well. As we can see, Key as well as Beloyski already rotating upwards, but the difference is now Max already there as well.
Max has a lot faster clear on that Vaxia. It is why it was one of the first heroes that were one of the tank heroes that was played in the jungle initially. Now BIGETRON has a lot more control, but Janna, they're looking for a play. Fala gets taken out.
Yeah, that damage, man, in the early stage. Like I mentioned, Fala's gonna be very squishy to the hands of Valentina and Cho. One thing that GEEK Fam has in the early game, not only damage, is that CC, right? There's just so much utility from the Terrifies on the Valentina, Jikundo with a knock-up, and obviously the silence from Baloyski as he's going to try to jump on his ex-teammate. Silenced in right here. Nope, not just silenced yet, but Chadera is looking for the play. One more shot might do it, but he's not going to risk it. Marky backing off, but there you go. Marky reading out the situation. Baloyski wants to go for that kill, but Key is here to provide the backup. BIGETRON still surviving up top.
Now that's the thing, even if they wanted to go for that, Key with the trap is going to be able to open up vision on the board to prevent anything from happening. But Janna Cutie here already using that ultimate.
Oh, getting caught in the enhanced chain. Repo with knockout strike, bringing it back 2 times, but Janna still able to get out. Elzura now with the same thing, stealing away the knockout strike, putting it onto BTR. Getting Fala down 0-0 in the last 2 minutes as GEEK Fam now have complete pressure of the turtle. It's going to be an uncontested one. Free turtle for GEEK Fam.
So far, their plan has been working from the side of GEEK Fam. They're able to utilize the Natalia to its utmost potential, already with 2 assists on Baloyski, as well as with the emblem. That is a lot more aggressive here, and he goes in once again onto Key. So again, the aggression that initially was the plan from BIGETRON Alpha has been taken away from them.
Oh, out of nowhere. Repo.
Might actually be able to know. He almost got the orange buff here, but with Luke rotating, that was a very good catch, but maybe a little bit too greedy for the side of Janna QT. Baloyski nearly just getting caught, but Max doesn't want to leave it to chance. He goes in with the Tourism Puissance as well. Baloyski's gonna fall. Elzura trying to do the same thing, steals away the Tourism Puissance, has a little bit more damage reduction there, but there you go. He used the flame shot, not enough to take him down. That was pretty greedy by Janna, yeah? It was very low. Turn for memory though. Solo kill up top. Marky showing Chadera who's boss here in the gold lane.
Asserting dominance in the very critical lane here. Baloyski already making his way up there. They have a lot more burst on the side of GEEK Fam, but BIGETRON Alpha, if they get a bit rolling, they get a bit more damage in there, they have the advantage when it comes to the higher area crowd control, and they of course have the intel gameplay with Key on the Selena. So both teams are just going toe-to-toe right now. BIGETRON Alpha has the slight edge.
It's a very slight edge though. Very, very slight. 300 gold lead. I don't even want to call it a gold lead, right? Because these type of leads, the very small ones, very easy to just change up, turn around. But BTR, they have, I don't know, who has map control currently? I'm actually really confused now. It's going to be Janna QT who actually jumps in and steals away the purple buff. Now, you see, BTR have the lead, but who has map control? It's actually GEEK Fam who are able to invade the jungle and take that purple buff away.
I think it's because BIGETRON Alpha, they were sending a lot of resources towards the top side, right? They want to make sure that Marky gets full control in the lane first, and then from there, they can work to continue asserting that dominance to the rest of the map. So GEEK Fam very wisely went on the other side. They have control over the turtle now, and it seems like there's going to be a fight.
Where the dragon popped in, Janna actually losing on the retreat battle. He went for an early engage there, but he will lose his life. Another Abyssal Arrow connecting onto the back line. Chadera trying to run away, but that's going to be the kill. Picked up by Key. A double kill now as Repo jumps in again with a knockout strike 2 times on to Chadera, sealing the deal. Meanwhile, Luke getting 1v4. Baloy's running for his life. Max wants to get him. The shield into his popped in. Repo, he wants to get that jab. The second one did not connect. Baloy still able to get out of this one, but he's staying. He's staying. Oh my god. Nearly dodging away from that Abyssal Arrow, almost connecting. Oh, I don't know about this, Baloy. I think he should just recall. There you go. He listened.
Yeah,
oh, wait.
No way.
Oh my god, Baloy. He jumps back in. Oh my god, almost getting the kill. Stunned up Repo with a knockout strike, stopping that play from happening. The wave of the world. Not enough damage to take Key down. Another Abyssal Arrow. The action does not stop. 8-3.
He's able to clear though, so that's a little bit of a good situation for GEEK Fam at least. But my, oh my, BIGETRON Alpha solidifying their gold lead now with 2,000, Arashi.
Now we can see that Marky has the Heptases, and he's already itemizing a bit of physical defense with that Dreadnought armor, so he will be a bit more durable, especially when the scraps get messy like this. Fala will be able to escape. He only has the concentrated energy, but maybe that'll be enough to save his life.
Enhanced Sword.
Enhanced Sword gets him out there. Of course, for Luke, Enchanted Talisman is available, but BIGETRON, they just pull the trigger.
Torn apart memory, sniping him down. The fade away from Marky as Jana looks for a trade here. He jumps in onto 4 members. Definitely not what he was looking for. Baloyski does the same thing, forcing Marky to use that flicker. Elzura gonna get chunked here. Abyssal Arrow almost connecting. Max wants to go for another engage. Shield Unity onto Baloyski, and Key is there to pick up the scraps. 1 HP. Baloyski able to survive as Fala and Marky pick up the turret down below.
With a man advantage, BIGETRON Alpha now already rotating their sights onto the next turtle, and that's exactly what BIGETRON Alpha wants. They're able to utilize the aggression as well as the high mobility from Max on the Boxia, being able to roam around the map, give the pressure that is needed, and finally take those objectives for himself. But look at this.
Another Abyssal Arrow finds Jana. He goes different way. The Dragon brings Max back under the turret, but it is not enough to take anyone down. BTR were able to use that to actually capitalize on Jana. He's 1-4-1 right now.
That's not a good result at all. And honestly, for BIGETRON, this Boxia pick is just paying out so well for them. They have the mobility advantage, and they have the engage advantage as well. And if the GEEK wants to try and fight BIGETRON Alpha in those skirmishes, they are forced to deal with Max on that Boxia first. The same cannot be said for BIGETRON Alpha.
Oh, Beloy. Oh, there you go. The shutdown picked up by Luke. Beloy did not use the execute. Torn apart memory, spawning Beloy back up. Fala trying to chase him down. Goes in with the enhanced chain.
Oh.
Able to knock up Elzura. No more follow-up. Max coming in with a re-engage once again with a shield unity. Able to find Luke. No torn apart memory. No more damage coming in. BTR, they are going to back off from this one. GEEK fam winning out of the trade.
Max already has the Athena shield, so even if, let's say, Elzura wanted to punish his aggressive maneuvers, it's a little bit more difficult now this time around. BIGETRON Alpha solidifying now with a 5,000 gold lead, pushing the pressure in that top lane as well as that bottom lane, as both of the structures have been taken away from GEEK fam.
Repo was able to steal the orange buff from GEEK fam, so that will be something that he is able to do. BIGETRON Alpha, they can exert pressure with only 4 members, and Repo is free to make all the crazy plays he wants solo in the bot side, away from all the objectives. That Paquito pick, the mechanical outplay potential, is going to be so beneficial for BIGETRON Alpha.
The beautiful thing once also is the fact that Max is able to maneuver around the map really well, and if GEEK fam wants to go in for a 5v5 team fight, the Boxia is going to be able to counter the sustainability that Luke has, and they're betting a lot onto Luke as the sandbag other than Jana as of right now. But you can see BIGETRON already first in that Lord area, already setting up and even opening up the map, baiting Jana Cutie to make another mistake.
Repo's all alone, baiting out a lot of abilities. He will still be able to survive somehow. The way the road. Ooh, man. Repo, he survived out of that one. Elzura gets taken low. Flicker, torn apart memory. Elzura gets sniped down.
So good.
Marky with the play to secure a kill and a man advantage for the Lord fight right now.
That is crazy, man. BIGETRON Alpha, they also have the combo, by the way, of using Max and Key at the same time. One stunt can lead to another, and that really is a lot of pressure for GEEK fam, especially if you're in the front line. Jana, Cutie, and Luke, they have to be very aware of that, and that is, allowing them to just like be a bit more difficult to deal with. And Repo just gets the solo kill onto Baloyski out of nowhere.
No, but how did he know?
Oh my god.
It's just pure skill, Eterna.
No, that was insane. How did he know that he was in there? But now Jana Cutie might be caught.
Yeah, but Marky with the killing spree, that's what it's for. You jump onto him. As long as he gets the kill, he's going to be able to sustain back up. But I do agree, that was...
What?
Yeah, that was Repo going full god mode. And he's doing it again. He's waiting. He's waiting for Elzura. He's
stealing the orange.
Sneaky. Oh, goodbye. Oh no, Elzura's still able to survive there. But I really wonder, is Repo building full damage? He's dealing a lot of damage. And there you go, the Taunt King himself, just recalling Max as well. Oh no, they're feeling it.
Oh, this is a danger, like the confident BIGETRON, that's dangerous, man. Hunter Strike for Repo, that's the answer, Mirko. He has a lot of damage. Oh, Abyssal Arrow lands onto the back line, so BIGETRON Alpha, they can just wait for opportunities like this. This is why that Selena pick is so annoying for GEEK to deal with.
Yeah, they're going full siege right now, just taking those turrets. Marky not caring right now, able to receive a little bit of damage from that turret, but he's able to come back into it right now as that Lord is already marching in the bottom side. Slow push from the top side as well, as all 3 lanes are going to be collapsing.
Well, they're going to look for the siege once again with Marky. It does enable them to do that, but Jana gets chunked really low, and that's all just for one wave. Abyssal Arrow connecting onto the back line. Enhanced chain as well. Comboed in. Not looking good for GEEK fam. They've lost one member, and it might be the end for BTR. They're going to go in all the way for the base. Repo doing the damage onto him as Jana QT is going to get taken down by Marky. Elzura, 1 HP, still able to bounce away, flickering out of that position, but Boloisky jumps on to the wrong target onto the tanker. Max was able to soak in the damage, and now it might be the chance again for BTR to look for the close. They're clearing out the way slowly but surely, and Enhanced Chain finding it again onto Elzura. He's gonna get taken down. Abyssal Arrow finds it, Smart onto Chadera. Another